This year we get tons of games to play. Some of them are great and some of them are not. Hey folks, it's Jasper and today on Joker's Den Top 20 Best Mobile Games of 2022. So stick with me and don't forget to subscribe to this channel with notifications on. And without further ado, let's begin.
She got me like
So starting with number 20, Crossout Mobile. It's an action and adventure game where you have to build different battle vehicles with the aim of immersing yourself in thrilling battles. To do so, choose well to get powerful tanks, and in Crossout, you will be part of a team that joins forces with other vehicles and race on the battlefield in each confrontation. And the controls are in no way hard to handle. Now moving on to number 19, Gunfire Reborn. It's an FPS game where you will advance through different underground scenarios. Yeah, it's a fun game where you get to use dozens of different weapons and live first-person adventure and fights. All you will have to do is progress through each scenario and find all the enemies threatening human mankind. You will put your skill to the test with the aim to clear every scenario of evil creatures. And the 3D visuals in this game will undoubtedly help to get the best possible view of the action. Next over on number 18, Real Cricket 22. The game has high quality graphics and its animation are created using motion capture of real athletes. Even the stadiums are modeled after real stadiums around the world. The gameplay is very simple. You can play with pitchers or hitters. In total, there are more than 500 different hitting animations, and in addition to real players, you can create your own characters with personalized names on their jerseys. Overall, it's a great cricket game. And on number 17, Phantom Blade Executioners. The game offers an interesting visual style that seems to have descended from ancient oriental parchments. The gameplay takes place in a 2D format. Our task is to pass the levels consistently, destroying fantasy warriors to gain combos, and the character is controlled using a virtual stick and action buttons like in other RPGs. So it's a great RPG that you can try. On number 16, Wreckfest Mobile. It's a racing game without rules, where you have to crash into an opponent and smash his car, and you can also be the first to reach the finish line. The graphics and damage system are also made at the console level and will continue to be only the best, and there will be customization in Mobile Wreckfest, which in addition to the appearance also change the weight and strength of the car. Overall, it's a crazy racing game that you can check out. And on number 15, Descenders Mobile. It's a downhill extreme biking game where you need to ride down the most dangerous slopes in the world. And in this fast-paced epic downhill free riding adventure, your main goals are to join one of the most important teams and win competitions, survive extreme downhill descents. And one of the game's strong points is the freestyle bike controls that let you move your character with super precision in a highly realistic physics. So lots of crazy games are waiting, so this is the perfect time to subscribe and drop a like on this video. Now on number 14, Jurassic Park Primal Ops. It's an action-adventure game that transports you to the universe of one of the most famous sagas in the history of cinema. The essence of Jurassic World once again makes an appearance on Android to immerse you in intense missions that have a common objective. To be more specific, your mission in this title is to prevent the dinosaurs from going extinct again. And with a top-down perspective, you will enjoy this well-designed atmosphere right from the first round of play. Moving on to number 13, Torchlight Infinite. The game has pleasantly surprises. The locations have a pleasant palette of colors for the eyes, and the distractions of goblins and orcs give away gatherings in Warcraft 3. To make it easier to pump, Torchlight Infinite will add a special menu with builds, and at the same time, no one forbids pumping the hero in their own way, because not only a large branch of talents was added to the game, but also a change in behavior of skills. The management is quite convenient and resembles the level of liking of League of Legends Wild Rift. And on number 12, Maximus 2. It's a fantasy beat-em-up brawler that focuses on crunchy and satisfying combat. We captured the spirit of some of the most classic beat-em-ups. We captured the spirit of some of the best classic beat-em-ups, melding them into one memorable experience. Fight solo or with up to 4 players, cooperative multiplayer, and the story is a single continuous shot. Down to number 11, the King of Fighters Arena. In this game, you fight against players from all over the world and become the wrestling champion by defeating all your opponents, and the game offers an exciting online fighting experience. So to win, you will have the opportunity to create your own team by trying to gather the most powerful fighters so you can defeat all your opponents. And on number 10, Wild Arena Survivors. The game is developed by Ubisoft. In fact, we get a mixture of action and battle royale, where we need to extract resources, pump wild animals, and destroy real players. And interestingly, you can interact with the environment like chop down trees, break boxes, and use guerrilla tactics. Overall, it's a unique battle royale game. Now moving on to number 9, Undecember. It's an mmorpg that takes you to a universe planted by monsters and creatures that are endangering humanity. Using various characters of different types, you will be go numerous locations on the map to fight in intense battles where you can unleash your skills. And the visuals were brought about through the Unreal Engine 4, so you can appreciate carefully developed textures from an isometric perspective. And on number 8, Traha Global. It's an mmorpg that transports you to a spectacular fantasy world. In this role-playing game, you can choose from several classes and create your own character. Traha Global is a game with good graphics that offers many character customization options. There are also all kind of classes from classic warriors and knights to mages. Each has its own form of combat, so you will have to choose which style suits you best. And combat, meanwhile, is fun and full of flashy abilities. Next over on number 7, Tower of Fantasy. The game set in a colorful open world similar to the smash hit Genshin Impact. In fact, this game also combines exploration-based missions and object quests with dynamic and fast-paced combat. And the graphics are truly superb, thanks in large part to all the details supported by Unreal Engine 4, and the animations and combat are constantly unfolding, and the controls are well placed on the screen. Down to number 6, Diablo Immortal. It's an action RPG that represents a new chapter in the legendary Diablo saga. This game is set between the events that occurred between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3, and the game offers 6 different character classes that fans of the saga are well familiar with, and the controls in Diablo Immortal are perfectly adapted to mobile devices. So if you love Diablo Immortal, then drop a like on this video. Now moving on to number 5, Bus Simulator 2023. The game offers a wide variety of vehicles with various technologies, as well as the possibility of driving real routes through some of the biggest cities in the world. And by completing missions, you can create money for buying new buses and other improvements. And the buses are customizable, so you can change the color, change the bodywork, add air conditioning for passengers to enjoy the trip, and much more. And in free mode, you can drive around the city doing whatever you want. In multiplayer mode, you can complete cooperative missions with friends. So if you are looking for a bus driving simulator, then this is one of the best options out there. And on number 4, Chimera Land. It's an mmorpg that plunges you into an extensive open world full of all sorts of different creatures and beasts. One of the interesting things about this title is that it gives you a planet that you can explore by land, sea or air, whatever you want. It's an immersive experience that will test your ability to make the best use of weapons, skills and attack in order to survive. In this game, you will find iconic actions like creating weapons and construction building for your characters to live in, and you will be able to collect mythological beings that will accompany you in a lot of battles. In fact, Chimera Land lets you change the character that accompanies you throughout this circular universe, and this way you will be able to change skills and try out new features. And before moving on, you know what to do, right? So on the third number of the list, Car X Street. It's a free roaming city in your pocket, full of nearly licensed cars that can be tuned and upgraded, just like Need for Speed Underground 2. In fact, only you don't have to spend anything to play this. You can play for several hours before feeling like maybe we should spend anything at all. This game offers a dynamic and open world in which you can feel like a street racer, and players will be able to complete a career, perform drifts, join clubs, and spot tune their beast. And on number 2, Apex Legends Mobile. It's a strategic battle royale shooter that features legendary character-based gameplay, best-in-class squad battles, and fast-paced combat that cement the game's place as one of the top shooters, all in a mobile package. It's a spectacular battle royale that's up to par with popular games such as PUBG or Fortnite because it offers an outstanding gameplay and visuals that you will be hooked for hours. And the game is a winner of the best mobile game of 2022 according to the Google Play Store. Finally, on the top of the list, Marvel Snap. The game win for the best game playable on a mobile device on the Games Awards category. The game has a dynamic gameplay system. Each game lasts about 3 minutes. Gamers fight in a one-on-one format, collecting decks with superheroes and villains. And one of the Marvel Snap's highlights is the number of collectible cards. In itself, the Marvel universe is quite extensive, with different worlds and characters versions that are well known thanks to their long story. So if you're still not familiar with the game, then right now you are gonna love it. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out weekly gaming news on every Monday. And please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel with all notifications on. So we'll catch up in the next one. Till then, happy gaming!